Hello my fellow fashion enthusiasts, I'm delighted to be back with you for a new runway breakdown. Today we're diving into a proposal that truly deserves our full attention. That evening the Institut du Monde Arabe was transformed into a raw, shadowy sanctuary, swept by a driving rain that gave Paris the air of a forgotten city. We moved through almost total darkness, pierced only by clinical strobe flashes and orange circles projected onto the ground, tracing a sacred path for silhouettes that seem to emerge from limbo. This setting isn't just a gimmick, it creates a direct bridge to the shadows of the Salem witch trials, placing the viewer in the discomfort and solemnity of an imminent judgment. Florentine Glemarec and Kevin Nompieux have reached a pivotal milestone here, asserting a creative maturity that leaves behind easy provocation for a deep political narrative. They seized the history of the 17th century witches not for its esoteric folklore, but as a metaphor for the mechanisms of oppression. This collection is a manifesto of resistance, a textile shield designed to protect and magnify the minorities and marginalized souls that society, too often, still seeks to condemn. The overall allure is strikingly dignified. The models cut through the gloom with an imperious, almost martial gait, carrying the weight of a heavy heritage transformed into armor. From the opening look, a monumental black coat that imprisons the neck imposes a radical physical presence. We aren't looking for classic elegance here, but a self-assertion that refuses to apologize for existing. The garment architecture is a true battlefield. The duo enjoys shaking up the rules by hybridizing 16th-century aristocratic wardrobes with the rawest grunge aesthetic. We see voluminous collars inspired by the roughs of the past, but reinvented in textures that smell of asphalt and rebellion. Technique is put at the service of the anomalous. Buttons migrate strangely to the sides, and massive belts literally seal the bottom of the trousers, shifting the silhouette's center of gravity toward the ground. The feel of the materials is organic, almost carnal. Dense, matte wool cloths clash with coated denims that reflect light, as if they were still dripping from the storm outside. And then, at the heart of this blackness, powerful bursts of color emerge, vibrant pinks and liturgical purples that radiate through the fabrics. It's a palette that evokes both the flesh and the sacred, bringing a welcome warmth to this nocturnal procession. Your eyes are inevitably drawn to the surgically precise finishes. We discover XXL eyelets piercing the fabrics to let long leather straps through, almost reminiscent of shackles turned into ornaments. The collaboration with Zadig and Voltaire injects a perfectly mastered dose of studded leather, culminating in that masterclass of an asymmetrical jumpsuit, where the top wraps around the neck like a protective scarf. Every detail seems designed to break the established order and reinvent a luxury that is no longer conventional. The rhythm of the show is a steady climb and dramatic tension. We begin with a very dark, almost clerical restraint, before gradually sliding toward an explosion of volume and irreverent details. Scarves lengthen to the point of becoming a third leg, while maximized, almost surreal accessories punctuate each passage with a note of dark humor. It's an evolution that leads us from the shadow of condemnation toward the light of a rediscovered freedom. It's impossible to ignore that this season marks a very clear influence from figures like Jonathan Anderson or Vivienne Westwood, particularly through this taste for distortion and extreme detail. This bold choice shakes up the label's usual radicalism. It's a point that might divide. Some will see a loss of the early rock purity, while others will welcome the artistic complexity necessary to transition from a cool label to a true conceptual couture house. Ultimately, this collection propels Egonlab into a higher dimension. The brand is no longer just reinterpreting subcultures, it is building a modern mythology. It transforms a heavy historical legacy into a luxury armor for all those who refuse to fall in line. It's fashion that heals the wounds of the past by offering a conqueror's silhouette to the pariahs of yesterday and today, affirming that difference is, now more than ever, our greatest strength. Do you think this radical hijacking of noble codes to dress those society has long marginalized is the most powerful political gesture fashion can carry today? Thank you for watching this breakdown to the end. I'll see you very soon for a new runway analysis. I wish you an excellent time watching the rest of the show. Take care of yourselves and stay inspired.